Rhythm changes consciousness, not metaphorically, but literally. A steady drum beat can slow the mind, shift awareness, alter perception. Across cultures and traditions, drumming has been used for centuries in healing, ceremony, vision work, and spiritual journeying. Not because the drum itself is magical, because rhythm changes the nervous system. It changes attention, it changes breathing, it even changes awareness. Most people experience rhythm passively. It could be through music, maybe through repetition, and even through movement. Shamanic traditions understand rhythm differently. It's been used intentionally. In today's Mystical Minds, we're exploring sacred drumming, trance states, and how repetitive rhythm helps shift awareness beyond ordinary thinking. Because sometimes transformation begins with a single beat repeated long enough for the mind to let go. Hello, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Mystical Minds podcast. I'm your host, Allie Thies. I'm the creator of Out of Body Ecstasy and Soulful Connections with over 40 years of experience as a psychic, energy worker, and soul connection specialist. Over the years, I've written 9 books. With the constant cravings of soulful connections, Satisfy the Unshakable Power of the Soulmates in Twin Flames is out right now. I've been walking the mystical path since childhood, and now I help others reconnect with their true selves through intuitive readings, soul work, the Soulful Connections Academy, and the safe, sacred space of the Mystical Minds community. This podcast is your invitation to explore the magical, metaphysical, and the wildly mysterious side of life. From energy healing to spirit guides, soulmates, and sacred rituals, nothing is off limits here. So grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive into the mystery together. I'm sorry I'm a little late tonight. This is Monday evening on the 18th, as opposed to me doing this in the morning. It was just one of those Mondays. That's all I got. And before we move into today's episode, I want to let you know about the constant craving of soulful connections. My newest book has been published, and the book explores the deep pull of soul level relationships, the connections that awaken us. Oh, they challenge us, transform us, and sometimes completely change the direction of our lives. I dive into soulmates, twin flames, karmic relationships, intuitive recognition, emotional and spiritual transformation through connection. And more importantly, the book explores why certain connections affect us so deeply and how these relationships can become catalysts for healing, growth, and self awareness. The project has been years in the making, and the fact that it's finally out, it just makes me a happy camper. So you can find it on Amazon, the Kindle, and the paperback editions. Now, this month inside Mystical Minds, we've been exploring shaman and plant spirit wisdom. So far, we've explored journeying between worlds, plant spirit communication, deepening awareness through observation and relationship. This week, I don't know if you noticed, but we're moving into rhythm, the sacred drumming, the repetitive sound, the alter states of awareness. Inside Mystical Minds this week, this aligns with trance awareness, grounding through rhythm, repetitive sound meditation, and nervous system regulation through sound. Yes, indeedy do. This is where sound becomes a spiritual tool. And before we move more into that, let's do the card of the week. I'm using the Guides of the Hidden Realms deck by Colette Baron Reed. And it doesn't matter if you're listening to this episode, well, this week or a year from now or 5 years from now. This card is for you for right now. All right? For the next 7 days. And let's see what we got going here. All right. So let's choose a card. And we have Another Chance to Be. And this is all about reclamation, second chances, rebirth, and emotional healing. So this week, you're going to get a second chance at something. I don't know what, but it's a second chance at something. It's a rebirth. It helps you heal. It can be you reclaiming something, whatever it is. This is the second chance week. So go with the flow, allow the second chance to appear, and then grab it with all you've got. All right? Now, the mystical item of the week is cedar. Oh, I love cedar. Cedar has been used in many spiritual traditions for grounding, cleansing, protection, and sacred ceremony. Its energy feels ancient, stabilizing, of course, deeply connected to earth wisdom. Energetically, cedar supports grounding during spiritual work, emotional steadiness, energetic cleansing, ritual space creation, and connection to ancestral wisdom. This beautiful ally for drumming and trance work because it helps to stabilize awareness while perception expands. You can work with cedar by placing cedar wood or needles near your meditation space, using cedar incense if it's appropriate for you, sitting quietly near cedar trees in nature, holding the scent in awareness before meditation or drumming. Now, rhythm opens awareness, and grounding, which is what cedar does, helps you move through it safely. All right, so that's why we're talking about sacred drumming, rhythm, trance, and altered states. So, why does rhythm change awareness? Good question. The brain responds strongly to repetition. Oh, it just loves repetition. When a steady rhythm repeats long enough, mental activity begins to shift. Attention narrows, thought patterns slow down, awareness becomes more focused. This is one reason repetitive drumming appears across so many spiritual traditions. The rhythm creates predictability. Predictability allows the nervous system to relax. Once the mind stops constantly scanning for new information, awareness can deepen. This is why repetitive sound often feels calming, immersive, or trance-like. The shift is not imaginary. Your nervous system is responding to rhythm in a measurable way. The practical takeaway from this is rhythm changes state. In changing state, changes perception. So, a trance state, what is it? A trance state is not unconsciousness, it is focus awareness. Most people move in and out of mild trance states every day. Examples include becoming absorbed in music, driving without remembering parts of that route, losing track of time during creative work, and becoming deeply immersed in meditation or prayer. Shamanic drumming intentionally creates this type of focus awareness. The goal is not to escape, the goal is access. When ordinary mental noise quiets down, subtle impressions become easier to notice. This could include imagery, symbolic thought, emotional insight, and intuitive awareness. The important thing is to understand is a trance is not about losing control. Healthy trance work increases awareness rather than removing it. So, why is repetition spiritually powerful? Well, repetition stabilizes attention. The modern mind is constantly interrupted. Notifications, noise, multitasking, mental overload, scrolling. Repetitive rhythm interrupts that fragmentation. It gives the mind one point of focus. Over time, this creates stillness. Shamanic traditions understand that repetitive helps move the awareness from the constant and analysis, there we go, analysis, and into direct experience. This could be why people chant, repeating a phrase. Drumming repeats rhythms, and breathwork repeats patterns. Repetition creates consistency. Consistency creates depth. And the lesson here is transformation often happens through steady repetition, not dramatic intensity. So, grounding during altered states. In any practice that shifts awareness, it should be grounded. Without grounding, expanded awareness can feel overwhelming or disorienting. Grounding keeps the nervous system regulated while perception changes. Simple grounding practices include focusing on breath, feeling the body against the chair or the floor, holding a grounding stone, something like bloodstone or black tourmaline, which I said wrong, but you know what I mean, onyx, hematite, stones like that. Opening the eyes periodically, noticing sounds in the room. These are all stabilizing actions. The goal is not to stay in altered states consistently. The goal is to move in and out of them intentionally and safely. The balance matters. So, how do you begin a simple drumming practice? Now, let you know if you want to listen to drumming, YouTube has got a ton of them for free. Okay, go to YouTube, put in sacred drumming, put in shamanism drumming, put in drumming, and you will find what you want to listen to. Okay, that's number one. Number two is you do not need professional instruments. Okay, you can work with a plain old simple drum. You can probably get on Facebook Marketplace. Rhythmic tapping, your hand on, like for me, my finger on the desk. Repetitive sound recordings, YouTube. Even steady clapping patterns. Start small. Do it 5 minutes. Okay, choose a steady rhythm, not fast and not intense. Just want to make it steady. And as you listen to the steady beat, notice how your breathing changes, how your thoughts slow down. Notice the new sensations in your body and your emotional shifts. You don't want to force an experience, just observe, okay? The goal is familiarity with how rhythm affects your awareness. And then that familiarity becomes the foundation for deeper work later. Which brings us to the soul work of the week, rhythm and awareness practice. Okay, you're going to find the soul work down below in the show's notes. Take a look at it. I think you're going to really enjoy it. And rhythm has always been a part of spiritual work. The heartbeat, breath, drumming, chanting, all of them remind us that awareness moves in patterns. This month in Mystical Minds, we are exploring older paths of perception, grounding in earth based wisdom. And Mystical Minds is only meant to be a starting point. It's like jumping off the dive. Dive straight in and start doing your research and explore. That is the name of the game. Now, next week, we're going to talk about sacred smoke, cleansing rituals, and energetic purification across spiritual traditions. Until then, slow your breath, listen to the rhythm beneath the nose, and notice what changes when your mind finally becomes still enough to hear yourself clearly. That's amazing, isn't it? So that's a wrap here on this episode of Mystical Minds. I hope it sparked something inside of you, a memory, and knowing, a nudge from your soul. Don't forget your soul work for the week. You'll find it under resources for episode. And if you loved what we explored today, please don't keep it to yourself. Share this episode with someone who needs a little magic in their life. And if you're craving more, join the Mystical Minds group, a safe, sacred space to explore your spiritual gifts, trust your intuition, and grow as a soul. You'll find support, community, and people who understand your mystical path. And if soulmates, twin flames, karmic bonds, signs, dreams, or soulful connections are calling you, visit Soulful Connections Academy, where we explore how to move from constant cravings to conscious connection without losing yourself. You can also book a private reading, energy work, or soul session with me anytime at outofbodyecstasy.com. I've got you whether you're seeking clarity, healing, or a deeper connection to your soul path. And until next time, everyone, stay grounded, stay curious, and remember, endless possibilities, infinite you.